Here, we must take this seriously. Everyone's plan is in full swing, and the women workers are full of vigor. The media flocked in, and Rita instantly became a hero in the circle, thrilled like a child, believing she had done something great. She was proud of fighting for the workers' rights, but little did she know, trouble was sneaking up on her. Next day, upon arriving at the factory, Rita received a warning letter from headquarters. Who would have thought yesterday's protest was futile? The company deemed them troublemakers, and Rita was furious. She felt tricked and gathered all the staff, rallying everyone to protest again, vowing to become the superhero of wage equality. Rita passionately delivered a speech, stating that even in the most developed countries, women struggle to earn the same as men. Talk about outrageous. Everyone listening thought she was off her rocker. Facing the suspicious and doubtful glances from everyone around, Rita firmly and resolutely spoke out, and her words struck a chord deep within, like a miraculous shot of medicine. Women present raised hands in support, with nearly no opposition. All agreed to fight for equal pay. This news quickly made its way to upper management, and the leaders thought this group of women had lost it. After investigation, they found the workshop head was the sole supporter of the women and rushed her to the office for a scolding. Subtitles. This is man's history. The leaders have repeated it so much that they've practically worn it out. This is man's history, they thought, shouting inwardly. Who said that? Get me out of here. This is man's history. It was like their heavy words filled the entire building. This is the history of men, and it truly felt like a pool filled with bitter water in there. The upper management's meddling didn't sway the manager's stance, and the women's resolve only grew stronger. Led by Rita, the women embarked on a nationwide speaking tour, even entering Congress. They garnered a lot of support from women's groups, creating quite the stir in society. As a result, Rita became a household name and the goddess of many. However, from this moment on, Rita began to face invisible troubles. Behind her glamorous exterior, her home was in chaos. Talk about a superhero's dilemma. Because Rita was so busy running around, there was zero time for the kids, let alone cooking. Her husband was a total couch potato, struggling to even make the kids' breakfast. Clothes were strewn everywhere. It looked like a cluttered storage unit, and the kids started to resent more. With Dad unable to do her hair, the daughter left home each day looking like a scarecrow. Classmates teased her dearly, and in her husband and daughter's eyes, Rita became a missing mother. The wife is occupied with protesting all day long, completely disregarding her family's feelings, as if she has been cast under some kind of spell. Thus, because of the workers' strike, there was a serious shortage of car seats. Talk about hitting the brakes on production. The factory shut down entirely, forcing male staff to stay home. What a joke. At this point, as the spokesperson for the movement, Rita became the target of everyone's arrows. Even when walking down the street, she was met with cold words from strange men absolutely unbearable. I will buy electronics and food, and cold storage food, but I can't handle the situation any longer. Rita returned home in despair to find her husband selling their furniture. What an unexpected twist. She realized her husband was back home due to the factory shutdown. What a financial U-turn. Subtitles. Their family's financial support was abruptly cut off overnight and filled with resentment. Her husband and Rita had a fierce quarrel. This protest incident has already cost Ford tens of millions. Ouch. Finally, upper management started to pay attention, but their so-called attention was downright laughable. They began to stir up trouble for Rita, and the retaliation officially kicked off. Rita was pushed to the brink, and her colleagues started to waver. Sandra dreamed of being a model. Hearing work could make it real, she fell for it. Rita hurried to find her, hoping to bring her back to her senses. She knew following dreams was important, but choices in life were even more crucial. Ultimately, The girl was moved by Rita's resolve and decided to stand her ground. But this was only the beginning. The real test was yet to come. The upper management's ace in the hole was Rita's loyal supporter, Canny. Canny had always been Rita's strongest ally, agreeing with all her decisions unconditionally. Everyone believed nothing could shake the trust between Canny and Rita. However, everything changed when Canny's husband struggled with long-term depression. He needed Canny's emotional support, but she was busy supporting Rita. Soon, the pressure of neglecting her husband took a toll on Canny, who ultimately faced tragic consequences, which was heart-wrenching. The corporate powers quickly exploited this, and the media's narrative pivoted, which was infuriating. They began to pressure Rita, claiming a woman's duty was to be a good wife and mother while accusing her of ruining a once happy home. Canny was engulfed in pain and guilt, believing her husband's departure was her fault, crying daily it was so tragic. This incident hit Rita hard, shaking her resolve and making her question if she had made the wrong choices. Maybe women shouldn't leave their homes and certainly shouldn't hit the streets. She felt her convictions wavering. Her husband took the chance to add insult to injury, threatening Rita that if she kept up, Canny's tragedy might recur, even to her own kids. Those words sent a wave of chills down Rita's spine, leaving her inner resolve hanging by a thread and severely shaken. At that moment, she truly considered giving up, and just when she felt lost, a knock at the door snapped her back to reality. A well-dressed lady appeared at the door. Rita recognized her instantly as the one she bumped into in the school hallway. Everything felt so dramatic. She assumed the woman was a corporate rep trying to shoo her family away, but instead, the lady grasped Rita's hand tightly and seriously declared she had something important to share. Wait a second, don't leave just yet. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.